Alright, I just want to start off this video by saying, you Morrowboomers out there, you were right. As a former Sky baby, I say you were right. Morrowind is goated. It is a really good game. So I've never really paid much attention to Morrowind. For a long time. When I was but a youth, I was first introduced to Morrowind. I heard it was made by the same people who made Skyrim. And I was all like, wow, this sounds like an interesting game. I want to try it out. Then I laid eyes upon it. It's potato graphics. And then I realized there are no dragons in the game. Whole reason I even like Skyrim is because it had dragons. Dragons have been something of an obsession of mine for a long time now. And so I put it down in favor of Skyrim, which I had never actually completed up until that point. At that point, at least. I completed it like 3 times now. Well, I had gone back and forth about playing Morrowind several times, you know. Could I really leave the comfort of my checkpoints, my fast travel, my arrows, long enough to really appreciate the masterpiece I had heard so many people claim it to be? I couldn't for so many years. Until, well, this year. About a month ago, I kind of lost access to Skyrim, and I was kind of bored with Oblivion. I had 2 options: Morrowind or The Elder Scrolls Online. Morrowind was loaded up within the hour. So, playing Morrowind, I have fairly deep into it now. It is a very good game. I've explored across most of southern and western Vardenfell. I have become the Knight of the Imperial Dragon of the Vardenfell district of the province of Morrowind, and I am just now getting into the main quest line a bit more. And I gotta say, from my experience in the Imperial Legion questline alone, the game's freaking awesome, you know? So, in Skyrim, and this is a good example, in Skyrim, the Imperial Legion questline is just a Civil War questline, right? Whether you join the Imperials or not, it's up to you. But if you do, it's just war. You go into battles, and after each battle in which you storm a singular fort, you are advanced in rank and given like a sword or a shield or something, a leveled reward. And most of the time, in all of my playthroughs, I have never once used any of the items given to me, you know. So yeah, well, in Morrowind's Imperial Legion, there is no war going on. It is simply just you being an Imperial officer doing what you can. And I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't played it, but the rewards you get are incredible. Well, the 2 primary rewards, you have to basically kill the former Knight of the Imperial Dragon, Valis something, Vernarian I think it was. Valis Vernarian sounds right. You have to kill him in order to get these 2 rewards. You know, that plus completely unique armor. I mean, you know how in Skyrim, might have just been me as a youth, but seeing a General Tullius' armor, I had always thought to myself, I want that. Lord, I'm hoping that if I can beat this questline, I can get that armor. Only to find out, much to my own dismay, that you have to kill Tullius in order to get his armor. And so, I mean, obviously, I didn't have mods at the time. I would never do that. Because, from a lore perspective, it doesn't make any fucking sense. And from a gameplay perspective, I could not bring myself to betray my fellow brothers in arms in my empire. So, you could imagine how happy I was in Morrowind whenever I got to kill my boss, Valis, and take the 2 rewards that I myself had gone and claimed by myself that he then started wearing around. You know, I have respect for the guy, he's my boss, but if you want to go wearing those artifacts of legend around, I mean, come on, let's go get it yourself instead of having your henchmen do it. But lo and behold, I would face him in the arena, in proper combat. Without getting too into detail, he kicked my ass. It was only due to power of the vampiric ring that I actually managed to survive, because it was just absorbing his health up until, I'd be able to survive, because he was just staggering the shit out of me. I could not move out of place. But he would fall, and I would claim my rewards. And the sense of accomplishment is actually amazing. Compared to Skyrim, you complete the Civil War and you get a randomly leveled enchanted sword and Ulfric's clothes if you really decide to go that route. In Morrowind, you get 2 really good items. And I mean, obviously it's up to you if you actually want to go seek those items out during the quest line, or if you want to look up a Google guide and find it yourself. Or you just stumble upon it randomly, But throughout the Imperial Legion quest line, it was just so much better than Skyrim on its own. And then I haven't gone too far into the main quest line itself, but from what I know about the lore, compared to the Dragonborn, the last Dragonborn, the lore behind the Nerevarine is so extensive, the stakes are so personal. I mean, Dagoth was one of your friends in a previous life that then betrayed you. And then you have to come face to face with him again. Both of you in new forms. Him as a literal god, and you reborn as an Nerevarine, declared Hortator, and assigned to put him at rest using the tools of Kagranak. Just incredible, Whereas and even the rewards, like, there's a sense of peace that follows after you slay Dagoth. You destroy House Dagoth. And I haven't gone there yet, but I've seen a couple of videos, the blight comes to an end, House Dagoth is completely gone. You get, Keening, Sunder, and Wraithguard, and it opens up the way to the Tribunal DLC as well. And whereas in Skyrim, like in Morrowind, you, the Nerevarine, by yourself go into a fucking volcano and fight a literal living god. Whereas in Skyrim, the Dragonborn, you just walk in, recruit 3 heroes of legend, and then have a average dragon fight. And then boom, the world's saved. But they never actually demonstrate Alduin doing anything except for burning a couple villages down. And obviously there's the lore behind him, but there's not much happening. Give Oblivion some credit. It has an entire city destroyed by swarms of Daedra. You would think that dragons would be a bit of a bigger threat than Daedra, them being shards, like pieces of a literal god. And not like a false god like Dagoth like full-on divine. The person who controls time itself. You would think that they would be a bit more powerful, a bit more of a threat. You'd expect cities to be falling left and right. In Oblivion, and I know it was supposed to be a comparison between Morrowind and Skyrim, how much I like Morrowind now, but in Oblivion, you hear rumors of how badly the other provinces across the Empire are doing. You hear rumors of all this stuff going on, and it creates a sense of like, oh shit, this is happening, oh crap. In Morrowind, you feel it yourself. You see the blight, you see its effects, you even get it yourself. You know it's dangerous. You know how dangerous Dagoth truly is. There's been build up through lore books and all that. It wasn't through retcons like it was in Skyrim. It was through genuine, lore. And damn, did the people behind the lore cook, And so, yeah, story-wise, Morrowind is vastly superior to Skyrim. And sure, it's not a whole continent-wide, issue and all that. It is just Morrowind itself, and stopping Dagoth and stopping the living gods as a whole. And, give the Dragonborn some credit, saving the entire world. But actually, if you really think about it, he's more or less stopping Alduin from resurrecting his empire rather than destroying the world, because why would Alduin's goals change in a matter of minutes, But I digress. They really had an opportunity in Skyrim to make it feel personal like it was in Morrowind. Because a Dragonborn is said to have the soul of a dragon, the soul and blood of a dragon, essentially making them kin to the dragons themselves. So it would have been really interesting to see that more delved into rather than just kill dragon, be done with it. But can only hope that the Elder Scrolls 6 will take the good parts of Skyrim and Morrowind. By the way, I've spent all the time glazing Morrowind. I got one major issue with the game as a whole. And I think even the most devout Morrowboomers will agree with me on this. The combat fucking sucks. I stabbed Ding in face. It should stab it. It should do damage. What do you mean I stabbed face, it miss? Does not make sense. It's been a point of just frustration since I got the game. That's one thing Skyrim did right. If you stab something, it stab. Even if I'm not skilled in that weapon, it should stab. Cannot tell you how much of a pain that was in the early game. But besides that, and of course, the graphics, but of course, at the time, the graphics were like huge selling point in the game because they were so good. So can't really fault it for the graphics. It's overall a good game. And I guess I don't like how the beast races, like the Khajiit, can't wear shoes. It's kind of dumb. But that was kind of the whole reason I didn't play as a Khajiit. I just played as an Imperial. But whatever. I hope that Morrowboomers and Sky Babies alike will hear this and they will be thinking, alright, I see the other side's point a little bit. I see this, I see that. This whole video is coming from an ex-Sky Baby, you could say. I grew up on Skyrim. I love Skyrim. I've played it so many times. But I found out it's really kind of sucky without mods. Now, I played vanilla Skyrim religiously, Legendary Edition for the longest time. And only recently did I get mods, but it made me realize, like, damn, the base game kind of sucked. But then I played Morrowind, it's like, damn, this stuff doesn't need any mods. This is awesome. And then it was even more surprising. Morrowind has all this stuff, all these different artifacts. And the map, realistically, is only half the size of Skyrim's. Just insane to me. There was one Imperial Legion quest mission where I killed a wizard, and then I found out he had the Mask of Kafka's vial just sitting there. Another time, I was doing another Imperial Legion quest mission, and I was just a regular soldier at this point. I had to go to this tower, go like southeast of it or something. I forgot to go southeast of it and went into the tower itself, and ended up getting the Bitter Cup. After much trial and error, of course. But just insane right there. But anyways, I've been talking on here long enough. I think you get the idea. Morrowind is really good. It's truly a really good game. It's truly not a masterpiece, because in a combat-focused game, the combat shouldn't suck as bad as it does. But to its credit, the story and the rewards, so much better. And then, of course, I mean, I'm finding out I can join political parties. Like, hello? I'm joining up with House Veteran right fucking now. You know, Hilalu, okay, sure, they're more Imperial-oriented, but I want to bridge the gap between the Imperials and House Veteran, because House Veteran is truly honorable. They're truly good. You know? And so, yeah. Anyways, have a blessed day or night. It's night for me right now. If you watch the end of this, comment what you think is better, Morrowind or Skyrim. Give you reasons why. And chances are I'll see them and I will be replying, because any engagement at all on this channel is much appreciated. You know, I do have Skyrim related videos I'm going to be releasing. I do have ideas for a Morrowind thing I'll be releasing. Then of course Oblivion Remastered stuff I'll be releasing. But that's it. Good night, everyone. Good day. Have a blessed life. Have a great life. And don't waste it.